Hello everyone and welcome to this Video Sans Frontières video. Now today, as you can probably see on the screen, we're going to be looking at upgrading from Windows 95 to Windows 95 B or C. Now Billy Core did recently do a video, well, he did do a video on this quite a while ago actually, but I thought I would do my own video which actually will include a few more steps which I will be going into. Now for this video I am going to use a virtual machine which I have set up using the October 1995 Windows 95 Master CD. I can't remember which number it is, but we're going to do it so basically it's going to be a Packard Bell installation, which to be honest a lot of my viewership, that is why they would be in a situation whereby they would need to upgrade from Windows 95 RTM or 95A to Windows 95 B or C. So let's run this short presentation. So, why would you upgrade? Well, for a kickoff, Windows 95B and 95C actually have support for FAT32, which in itself supports partition sizes up to 2 terabytes. So, I mean, that's not important how big the partition sizes are in computers like mid-90s Packard Bells. However, what is important is that partitions can now be bigger than 2.2 gigabytes. And there's a lot of people I know are upgrading to hard drives that are above 2.2 gigabytes in size. This is important. It also supports hard disk drives larger than 8.4 gigabytes. Now that isn't necessarily important because the BIOS, a lot of Packard Bell BIOSes generally don't support drives larger than that. But for anyone upgrading from Windows 95 RTM to Windows 95 B or C on any other machine, yes, you can actually run FAT16. Only has support for 2.1 gigabyte partitions. Now this might not be as important to Packard Bell users as FAT32 is, but Windows 95 B and C have very limited USB support on the disk. Now, it isn't installed by default with Windows 95 OSR2, but it is on the disk, and it is there. You also have increased stability. I've certainly found Windows 95B to be a lot more stable than Windows 95 RTM or 95A. Okay, so what do we need to do then? First of all, Windows 95B, you could not get it as an upgrade. In fact, it wasn't actually available off the shelf to consumers. Why it wasn't available off the shelf to consumers, I will never know. You could only get it as an OEM CD. So as such, it doesn't officially support being upgraded to. However, you can actually make it support being upgraded to by dropping down to MS-DOS, and we're going to do this. We're going to drop down to MS-DOS and delete win.com and winvar.exe from the c:\windows directory, because that is all the Windows 95 CD will do to determine whether it can run or not. Look for win.com and winvar.exe, and if they're not there, it'll run. of course, we're going to actually install Windows 95B or C. And then we're going to use Acronis OS selector, oh yes, that old chestnut, to convert the partition to FAT32 and then resize it to fill the drive. Now, in this virtual machine that I'm using, I have a physical drive of 8 gigabytes in size. So, what tools do we need? Microsoft Windows 95 boot disk with the CD-ROM drivers installed. I say that because Windows 95 boot disks generally don't come with them. Certainly if you create a boot disk from Windows 95, it will not have CD-ROM drivers. But you can download disk images, custom disk images from the internet that do have CD-ROM drivers, or you can make your own boot disk with the CD-ROM drivers if you know how to do that sort of thing. I can always provide one for you and put the link in the description of this video. Or you could use a Microsoft Windows 98 boot disk. Of course, you'll need an Acronis OS Selector 5.0 bootable diskette. Again, I'll provide that for you because it's a special edition. Microsoft Windows 95B or Windows 95C installation CD-ROM. Now, I will say this, I am not providing a Windows 95 installation CD-ROM because as much as people like to think it's abandonware, and yes we do, it is still copyrighted material, and no sooner would I put the disk up there than the website hosting it would be taken down. However, there are places you can get hold of Windows 95. eBay, for example, and well, there's a few other places. Anyway, I mean, I'm not really too bothered about, you know, copyright, but you know, being on YouTube, you know, I have to be seen to be doing the right thing. So we've got some things to note. Make a full system backup first if your computer has some important stuff on it. I'm being serious. You know, you don't know what could go wrong. Generally, it will work, but you've got to be careful. As with any upgrade installations, make a full system backup first. Do not have Internet Explorer 4.x or 5.x and or the active desktop update, because what Windows 95B will do is it will restore the classic Explorer shell and it will install Internet Explorer 3.0. You don't get a choice about that. And it could make things messy. You might have to reinstall Microsoft Plus for Windows 95 after the upgrade, because it actually adds stuff to the display control panel and to Windows 95 itself. So bear in mind that you'll probably need to reinstall Microsoft Plus after the upgrade. Okay, so now we're just about ready. So this is my virtual machine. Let's have a look. You can see it's Windows 95 4.00.950 RTM. 32 megs of RAM. So let us now go and sort something out. What we're going to do first, like I said, we're going to drop down to DOS. And then we're going to delwin.com, delwinver.exe. Now what we need to do is boot from a boot disk. So we're going to restart Virtual PC. Does this boot disk have CD-ROM drive support? Yes, it does. Now, what we're going to do now is insert the Windows 95B CD-ROM. Now, normally what I like to do in these circumstances is copy the Windows 95 files over to c:/windows/options/cabs, just like OEMs do. And today, of course, is no exception. However, Packard Bell is an OEM, and they already copied the Windows 95 RTM files over to C Windows options cabs. So, what we're going to do is delete them. Windows options cabs del ***. Everything's now been deleted. So what I can do is copy d:\windows win95 /**. Excellent. Now we can eject the CD. We don't need it anymore. We'll just start setup, and it will scan through ScanDisk. Now, blah 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 blah. Yes, very exciting. Windows 95 Setup Wizard. Welcome to the Windows 95 Setup Wizard, which will guide you through the rest of setup. To begin, click Next. The next three parts of setup are collecting information about your computer, copying the Windows 95 files to your computer, and restarting your computer and finishing setup. Note, Windows 95 replaces any versions of MS-DOS and Windows that are already on your computer. Right, now, as with when we make a Windows directory and populate it with the options/cabs folders, it wants to install in c:\windows.000 because it thinks it's making a new start and therefore doesn't necessarily replace the old version of Windows, the language torag. Although it does make well, apparently, yeah, if there's another version of Windows that tried running it in MS-DOS 7.1, it'll be rendered unbootable. Anyway, we don't want to install it in that. We actually do want to overwrite the previous copy of Windows. So what we do is scroll down to Other Directory, press Next, and then delete .000. Click Next. And there we go. Setup options, click the kind of setup you prefer and click Next. Of course, I always go for the custom setup. And from here on in, it'll just act like regular Windows 95 setup. Want to analyze the computer. We don't wish to search for a network adapter. A lot of Packard Bell machines wouldn't have ever came with them. So this will take a couple of minutes. Now if you're installing from an actual CD onto an actual Packard Bell, my advice to you is to go and get yourself a cup of tea. Actually, that's not such a bad idea. Lovely cup of tea. Okay. So, now it's time to choose what to install. I'm going to go for the usual thing. Quite odd is that. I can't seem to find online services. Oh well. Anyway. Let's click Next. Don't need that. Although on a real Packard Bell you probably would because it's connected to a modem. If you have something other than a United States keyboard, you probably might want to choose the layout now by going to Change. And in British, well, for me at least, Yep, that is correct. S3. On a real Packard Bell, it'd be probably a lot of the earlier ones use Cirrus Logic video cards. Regional language, change British. Again, you could change it to your particular time zone. Locale. Startup disk. No, I don't want to create one at the moment. You can if you want. You don't have to. I'm not going to. And then what will happen is the Windows 95 files will copy. I'm going to eject this disk now. Again, on a real Packard Bell, this will take some time. I'm not even joking. Well, I mean, I've installed 95B. Oh, here we go. A file is being copied that is older than the one that's currently on your computer. It's recommended that you keep the existing file. Yes, I will keep the file. Don't worry about these, because I'm using virtual PC on a 3.3 gigahertz processor. I needed to install some files that would make Windows 95 work. Otherwise it would be like, oh, it's above 2.1 gigahertz. I'm suddenly not going to work now because I'm a bit difficult like that. Yay, stubbornness. So the Windows 95 bone's being connected to the computer bone. The computer bone's connected to the outlet bone. And so on and so forth. Nearly done. Come on. And it's a final furlong here. All the horses in their neck and neck. Windows 95 closely followed by copying files. Closely followed by it'll be installed soon. But copying files, it's coming towards the finish line. It's going to be anybody's race now. And copying files is just about there. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to finish setup. If, like me, you're doing this on a virtual machine, I've not even stopped to find out if the CPU fix will remain in place, so I've just went ahead and reapplied it. But I did that off camera, because it's not something that you'll need to concern yourself with on a Packard Bell. And you'll probably find that in this phase of setup, on an upgraded machine, you will have access to full colour graphics and sound. Unlike Windows 98, which does everything in VGA 16 colours during the setup phase, which is probably not a bad idea. I want to reset my time zone. Again, you don't have to. Check the date and time are correct. 4:47 PM on March the 9th, 2014. Apply and then click OK. And again, it's going to configure Windows messaging. On a Windows 95 upgrade such as this particular one, it doesn't seem to do the setup printer thing. Don't want to configure Exchange. Setup is finished configuring your system. You must restart your computer before the new settings will take effect. Please click OK to restart your computer now. Ba-bam! Very nice. And yep, we're going to go into Windows now. And there we have it. Windows 95B is installed. We have some new programs: Internet Explorer 3, Internet Mail, and Internet News. But everything else is just as it was before. Microsoft Works. That's still there. And most things that work under Windows 95 RTM or Windows 95A, you'll generally find they'll work under Windows 95B, which is nice. However, there you go. However, we still have the problem of the hard disk to attend to. It's still 1.99 gigs. And the physical disk size is still 8 gigs. And yet the hard disk is still formatted in FAT16. So we need to now insert the Acronis OS selector diskette and boot the computer from that. So let's do that now. So with the Acronis OS selector diskette inserted, we need to go to Start, shut down, and then restart the computer. Ba-bam! Okay, and then we need to click Next, Next, Yes. We don't want to install Acronis OS selector, we just want to go into the Disk Administrator. Right, here we are. You can see there's lots of free space. Now here we could create another partition. We could actually make a dual boot, but in this tutorial what we want to do, right click on the C drive and hit resize, and then we're going to convert the file system to FAT32. Warning, you are about to convert FAT16 file format to FAT32. Please mention that FAT32 that's English. Please mention that FAT32 is supported by Windows 95 OSR2/98/ME/2000/XP operating systems. Another operating system may not support FAT32 file system and may become non-bootable without restoration. Possibility if located on this partition. It's basically just a word salad. Now, we'll click OK. And what we want to do is grab this sizing handle and make it so it fills out all of the hard disk. The blue is the partition. And then we're just going to click OK. And now we can actually remove the Acronis OS selector diskette because it will just boot as soon as we apply the changes. I'm going to click OK. You have operations pending. Do you want to commit them all before exit? Yes, I do. This on a real Packard Bell can take some time, so go and make yourself a cup of tea. And there we go. Now it's a way to boot into Windows 95. And FAT32 is a much more efficient file system, so you may find the system actually boots faster. But let's check to see if our changes have been committed. Yes, they have. And where before a quarter of the hard disk was used, now it's an eighth. No, it isn't. It's a 16th. But for some reason it's not actually showing it on the pie chart. But there you have it. FAT32, used space 513 megabytes, free space 7.47 gigabytes. So there we have it. We have successfully upgraded to Windows 95B, and we have resized and converted the partition to FAT32 so you can install, basically, you can have more room to install what you want, and for those all-important game saves, Word documents, pictures, music files, or whatever else you want to do with your Packard Bell. And this concludes this video Some Frontier video. If you've enjoyed watching this video and would like to see more, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you like what we do on the channel, please feel free to like the Facebook page. Both web addresses will follow. And I hope you will all join me for my next video. Thank you for watching.